Thank you for coming to meet with me, Rose and Mr. Espino. I know it can be challenging changing schools in your senior year, especially it says here that you were in foster care. And thank you for bringing her, Mr. Espino, too. It says here you also hold her education rights. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Sherrie, and I am your foster youth liaison.
Hi, Sherrie. Well, basically, I've done well in school, and I keep hearing about all these projects and classes that I need to take to graduate, and I'm just very overwhelmed for the most part. With the worst part is actually that I was doing good in school, but I didn't finish out my semester, and so it really doesn't count. And at this point, I'm just ready to give up, It's hard.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she's lost a lot of her motivation.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, how would you be able to keep your motivation with all of that going on? I got you. Well, let's break this down. So first on the credits, you have the rights to credits you earn in all the classes that you pass before leaving your last school. So even if you don't finish the semester, you have that right. I could follow up with your last school and even other schools you might have attended to make sure we collect the credits you are owed. So I'll also be delivering this information to your counselor. Some people call these things partial credits, but it just basically means that you get the credits that you earned.
Well, that would be great, but I still think that I'll be a little bit behind, and I don't know how to feel about that, but things are completely different from my other schools, so.
That's why I wanted to meet with you, because I understand it could be super overwhelming. You have some options for graduation that can help, but it's a decision that you and your educational rights holder will have to make. Let's talk about the first option. Let's go right into it. You could stay an extra year. I know it sounds a little bit like you want to be done, but as you said, you're a little behind for meeting the requirements at school. But if you stay an extra year, you can meet those requirements.
Does that mean that I have to go to a continuation school or an adult school?
I think often that's kind of like the misconception of a lot of these things. You wouldn't. You can stay at the regular school for another year if you want. And that would also mean you have another year to participate in the band and build up your skills too. And if you want to go to prom.
That's so good to hear. I know that you're incredibly passionate about participating in the band. And frankly, I'm very worried about your math skills.
Yes, that can be a great option, but there are other options. The second option would be using something called the AB 216 graduation criteria. Because you have an open foster care case, you change schools after your second year of high school, and you're not able to graduate on time using the regular criteria, you can graduate just by meeting the state graduation requirements. That takes out a lot of electives and special products requirements that we have here.
And if she still fulfills those requirements, is she able to get the regular diploma that all other students receive when they graduate?
Yes, you would get the exact same diploma from the district as everyone else. However, you should know that the state does not require you to meet all of the requirements for going to a four-year university, so you would probably be looking at a community college first.
I'm not really sure about that. Do I have any other options?
Absolutely. You can also stay an extra year and just meet 216 requirements. So if you feel too rushed to meet state requirements this year, you can also take another year to do that.
Is there any way that she can make up all the district classes and still graduate on time this year, fulfilling the district requirements?
We can discuss options for taking additional courses after school, during summer school, and at alternative school location. But she should definitely consider if that's something she's up for, especially given all she's dealing with transitioning into a new school and a home right now.
I don't even know what to do at this point. I obviously just want to graduate, but I'm just a little worried about trying to get a job and not having the skills that I need, and so I don't want to hinder myself.
Here's a fifth option, not to decide anything right now. And even if you pick to do the state graduation, you have all the way up until your graduation to change your mind. We can also use this time to help you figure out your levels on things like math and reading and get extra tutoring support if you need it.
Well, that sounds good, I guess. I just want my credits, and I just want to make sure I'm in the right classes and see how things are going before I just make a decision.
Why don't we set up a meeting in 2 weeks? By the time I should have collected your credits for you, and we could have another discussion about your options. And then I'll be transferring this to your counselor too.
That sounds splendid. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks.
Hello. You have a right to credits and special graduation options if you change schools in high school and have an open foster care case. Check out the links below for more information.